He called me a whore. It wasn't no big deal.
No, he didn't.
Yeah. Said I love you and I you in the same sentence. That makes sense. That's not confusing at all. So.
Oh my God. Why would Preston do that? Because you're not a whore at all.
I'm not.
You know what? It's like I said in my episode review that Sabrina is going going 2 for 2 last week, trying to absolve Andy of any kind of guilt or responsibility for, not knowing about Gary's divorce. He lied. Didn't he say he was going through a divorce? But then someone rightfully pointed out, well, Jeremy, also remember that, what was it? Karen was the only one who even knew, like, what Gary was really about, the fact that Andy was involved in an affair. The other two, Sabrina and Danny, they knew that Andy had been seeing some great guy, but they hadn't met him all those months that he and Andy had been fooling around. Well, they didn't know fooling around because they didn't know he was married. And somebody said, go back to episode 1. Karen told Andy, Gary said he was going to move out of his home from his wife 4 months ago, but he didn't do it. So, or by the time they reached 4 months into their affair, but he didn't do it. So she knew he was a low down dog. But basically, the fact that Sabrina is trying to make it seem like Andy, hey, you know what? It's all Gary's fault. He's lied to you. So, you messing around with a married man, that's not bad. He's the bad guy. And it's like, no, that's stupid. And I did a whole video about how toxic this entire sister circle is. No accountability. Now, I don't know what makes me more upset about Sabrina in this episode. Trying to absolve Danny of any accountability for her actions, or the fact that it makes sense because she's been friends with Danny for so long and would believe her over Preston. Kind of like in Zatima season 1 when Belinda told Angela that Fatima, fired a gun at me. And it's because, Zach made a move on me and she thought it was the other way around. Well, yeah, Zach made she didn't tell Angela that she was the one who made a move on Zach. But basically, she made Angela believe like Zach was the one pressing up on her and Fatima got mad at her instead of him. And then Angela's going to roll into the house yelling, Fatima! And it's like, no, what are you doing? But then when Fatima told her what's what, she apologized, rightfully so. But yeah, because Fatima, that's her friend, so she's going to believe her over this guy that she just met. Which, again, makes sense. But it just seems completely out of character for Preston to call Danny a whore, which I tweeted this out this morning because I went back and rewatched the scene where Preston, went off on, well, didn't go off, but he basically told Danny off. And he never said whore. I was incorrect because I think during the live stream or in one of my videos, I said, I think he did, but he didn't, because he said, F you, Danny. But here's what confused me when I was watching the episode live. I think it was the fact that it was bleeped out. Like, why would they bleep out whore? Which doesn't make sense because they let other worse words slide. But in any case, he said, I love you, Danny. And it's like, but I know you can never love me the same way I love you. No, I can't. F you, Danny. And then, oh, wow, you love me with one breath. And then in the same breath, I'm a whore. I never said that. So, yeah, she pulled a freaking Andy, when someone's reading her like Robin did, when it's like, so you think you know me, huh? Tell me what you think you know about me. And then when she gets read like a damn book, oh, so you think I'm a whore, right? And it's like, well, he never said that. I don't know. But in any case, yeah, so Danny is now walking around telling people that Preston called her a whore, and he did not. Now I want to say bleep you, Danny, because that's, man. So yeah, so Sabrina then proceeds, oh, you're not a whore. Which is weird coming from Sabrina. Remember when she came over that morning and then found out that Q was there because he and Danny slept together, and she was the one so concerned about Danny's reckless behavior that she called a sistervention about her just recklessly sleeping around with people. But I'm sorry, girls, instead of calling each other out for being a whore, it's like you just had a hot girl summer. I'm sorry, that's what it's called. So Sabrina, well, then again, to be fair, Danny's like, he called me a whore, but it's like, I mean, you care to elaborate? Like, for one, that's not what he said. He talked about you sleeping around. And in that context, Sabrina would be like, well, but then again, I don't know. Sabrina's just taking advice from Sabrina is like believing, you know, Gary's going to help you with no strings attached. It's not that likely. So Sabrina then proceeds to, you know what, forget about Preston. You deserve someone better. You know that Tony guy? Yeah, he seems nice. Isn't he interested in you? Yeah, why don't you hang out with him? You need to have some fun. Dude, I'm like, well, she was having fun, but you're the one who nipped that in the bud, rightfully so, because Danny was being reckless. But it's like, you're making a total 180. And you know what? Even though I hate to see Preston getting dragged like this behind the scenes, well, once he's not there, I'd rather him go and live a better life with a better woman than to deal with these toxic ass ATL women. Well, mainly the sisters, because like he said, he dated a couple of other black women, and it was just easy. They were able to talk, hold conversations, yet for some reason he loves Danny. I just hope that that's finally over. Just please let it be over. But yeah, Sabrina, shut the hell up. You don't know what you're talking about. Seriously, you don't. The fact that you just used a man for over over $1 million, and yet you think you can tell somebody they're not a whore, or no, it's not your fault that this guy lied about getting a divorce or what. Just shut. Why are they listening to her? Yeah, she's like the sweet confidant friend, but she's not really someone who can give her own original thoughts on something. She's more like a echo chamber where you go to Sabrina if you want to hear what you want to hear. It's ridiculous. But yeah, Sabrina, be quiet. Next thing you know, she's going to be given the same. Oh, Karen, it's not your fault you're pregnant. I mean, actually, but I don't know. Yeah, that's all I got. Sabrina, take several seats. We'll see her in the hot seat when she talks to her boss next week. Novi Brown is cute and adorable as I don't know what. It's just that Sabrina has just rubbed me the wrong way for quite a while now. But that's just me. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Sabrina, just please shut up.